Al Pacino is a Hollywood icon. He's channeling his inner rock star in a brand new movie called Danny Collins. He plays an aging singer who, after discovering a letter from John Lennon, sets off on a quest to find the family he left behind on the way to the top.
Big day for me. I'm meeting someone for the first time. How do I look?
Honestly?
If this relationship's gonna go the distance, Mary, I think we should be honest with one another.
Okay, well, you look slightly ridiculous.
Nah, I look sharp.
Al Pacino, welcome back. How are you?
Well, thank you.
It's been a while. I'm glad to see
have.
you here. How do you like the sound of that rock star?
I've always wanted to play someone who could sing and dance, and even though I can't.
Well, but that's a good question. When they came to you about this role, did they say to you, Al, can you sing?
No, actually. But they assumed it. My being Italian and all, I guess that must. No, this guy, Dan Fogelman, who wrote it and also directed it, was so keen on my playing the role. He's just wonderful, by the way. He's a wonderful person. He wrote Crazy Stupid Love, and he just saw me in the role. And I think when a director sees you in a part, even though you might not feel that way, I felt that way about Godfather. When Francis Coppola wanted me, I thought, you know, he's sort of wrong. I think that's not the right casting. But he so wanted me and made it impossible for, you know, because the studios didn't want me at the time at all.
For Godfather?
Yeah. Well, I was unknown at the time, and but he fought so hard for me, and it was part of his vision. All the characters in it. Brando for the Don, Jimmy Caan for Sonny, and Robert Duvall for Hagen. It was all his vision. And so this guy has me as a rock star, and that's who he saw in his head.
Were you nervous to get out? You've done everything in acting, and you can take on any role, but to sing on camera is a whole different animal.
I know it is.
Were you nervous?
Well, I was nervous. I had good support. Like Dan knew people, musical people, who worked with me, you know. And I did a thing with Chicago at the Greek
Theater, right.
Were you there?
No,
oh, okay.
Mark directs most of the movies around here.
Yeah, so, thank you, Mark. And so we're at the Greek Theater, and there was Chicago was playing, and Dan Fogelman arranged just at a certain period during intermission that I would come on as Danny Collins, the character in the movie, and he would introduce me. And they were so good about it because they said, well, we have an actor here working on his role.
And an unknown guy.
Yeah, unknown. And he says, if you would stick around, it's Al Pacino playing Danny Collins. And I went out there with thousands and thousands of people and the Chicago band behind me, and I sang this song. And I'm so glad I had the character to play, because if I just came on without any character, I'd have fainted.
Jennifer Garner was here a couple of days ago. She's my little birdie, and she tells me that this song, Hey Baby Doll, you sang everywhere you went on the set.
I had to.
Were you just trying to stay in character or drive people crazy?
No, I just knew that I would have my little son at the time tell me, you know, I would say, Anton, why don't you sing that? How does it go again? And he'd say, hey, baby doll. And he'd get the right, and I'd hear it, you know, and because I would lose the, what is it, the notes or the music of it? I'd just lose it. And so I would sing it as much as I could, because there's nothing in the world like singing a song and forgetting it while you're singing it, forgetting the lyrics. You haven't lived till that's happening.
You mentioned a second ago that you've got a young son. You've got how old?
Well, now he's 14.
14 years old. This may sound like a weird question to ask you, but does he understand what a big deal you are?
Well, I try to keep him out of it, but I think he's starting to get it a little bit when he sees the crowds, and he does sort of understand that I'm famous. It's there only when it's there. You know, it's only when it's up. But do your children understand?
We try to keep a line between the two, but I have a feeling your son, when he gets even a little older, is going to be so proud of his dad.
Oh, gee, wow. Well, I hope so. I feel very great about him. He's really special. And so is my daughter, my daughters.
Life is good.
Life seems to be. I'm still standing here, as they say. Or sitting here. That's
Keep
cool.
doing it, all right? This one's called Danny Collins.
Thank you, man.
Don't make it 10 years between the next visit, all right?
Well, okay. I'll just come by. Very friendly here. Yeah.
Just stop by any time.
Okay.
Danny Collins is playing now in select theaters.